I'm Jet.
I'm Raven, and we are
Overdressed.
I think it's also funny how you go overdressed.
Overdressed. And we are overdressed.
Per usual. Overdressed.
So should we do a little outfit check if you'd like to start?
Today I am wearing a For Love and Lemons dress.
Cute.
It surprisingly keeps me, maybe unsurprisingly, because it literally looks like a rug, but it keeps me very warm. Like one time I wore it out and was sweating so bad.
Really?
And it's like you look at it and it's like, oh, it's pretty minimal clothing. No, for some reason all the heat just gets sucked into this thing. But yeah, wearing that, wearing a little thrifted tie because I went with Sexy Librarian today.
So sexy.
Distracting from beard burn, because that's literally the worst thing to ever exist in this world for women. I'm so sorry, and for other men I guess that also experience it, but yeah, bad.
Speaking of, it's No Shave November, right? Like Movember.
Fuck.
So we're fucked.
I'm fucked.
Yeah.
God damn it. Well, you know, sometimes we gotta suffer, but I can't do that again.
Yeah.
That's so bad. Anyways, yeah, and that's what I'm wearing today. What are you wearing?
I am wearing a cute little tank top from Pretty's Venice.
Cute.
And then I'm standing up because I want to show the skirt.
Okay, as you should.
I'm wearing this little skirt. It's vintage, stolen from my mother's closet. It's Rose Nichols. And it used to have like tulle at the bottom, but I cut it off because I was not feeling it.
It's cute though.
Because I was not feeling
it.
But yeah, it's a little cargo skirt.
Cute. Love it. And then the hat is debuted from our weekend.
Yes, our first party of the weekend, aka Wednesday.
Yeah, it was Wednesday. It was ringing in Halloween.
Yes.
Which also is crazy to think that Halloween was still happening.
Oh,
I feel like
God.
we just recapped what happened. We can't, guys.
Wasn't last episode our Halloween episode?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
But Halloween hadn't even happened yet.
Yeah.
Also,
true.
the reason why our podcast ended early last week, sorry about that, guys, was because of the party that we're talking about.
Yes.
It was a 2000s.
Yeah, I dressed as Avril Lavigne. I think I mentioned that in the last podcast, but I got this hat out of it, so.
And it's so cute. Hers came out so much cuter than mine. Mine was not cute at all.
That's tough. Was it because you did it in green, or was it because like the letters were too many?
I think it was just the style, and it looks very low effort and cheap.
Damn.
And I don't love that. Yours is like cute, like the little stars. I love that.
It's giving like bat mitzvah core, and I love it.
And mine did not. Mine looked like a child did it on the side of Venice Street.
Well, dang.
Yeah, whatever. I have like 10 billion hats. But I did get a really good camo hat.
Oh.
And I love a good camo hat. It says, don't hate me, it'll make me fall for you.
Oh, real.
Yes, so I'll take it. Had a little branding on it though, but whatever. We were able to go because our friends one of them boyfriend was shooting the event, and so we were able to go, which was funny because we also ran into Carlos, who is our guest today. And he was waiting in line right when we got there. And yeah, I think it's what I've learned is that if we show up early to things and you're willing to stay there while it's dead, it's so much more worth it, because then you're able to like have a couple drinks, it be chill, go around, take pictures, and then when the party actually gets going within like 2 hours and everyone else is like waiting out line for like 2 hours also,
we're enjoying the open bar.
And
the photo booth.
And which got fucking basically not taken down from TikTok, but TikTok was like, I don't want to look at your butt. And I was like, okay, sorry.
I know, like the least views of anything we'd gotten.
Yeah, I don't know any of like the rules on, what is it, explicit content. Like if like alcohol, like we noticed that if we posted anything with alcohol, it would get basically not pushed. I guess semi-nudity they didn't love. Cursing, I mean, I feel like they don't give a fuck as much.
They don't give a fuck.
They don't give a fuck. But yeah, I don't know. I'm learning.
Yeah.
I'm learning. On our account, I'm learning. Because my account, I like would refuse to post things. So I don't even know.
Yeah. We just need to keep pushing content. Just more and more.
I'm having fun doing it.
I am too. I love it.
Yeah. I need to edit more clips. Sorry, guys. I really need to be back on that. But yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we went to that party. It was a lot of fun. There was like the most random celebrities there. Also, because it was a 2000s party, Soldier Boy was performing. And I was like, my goal in life fulfilled?
I think it might.
Yeah, as like a 96 baby, I'm like, I can die happy now.
Yeah.
I got Pretty Boy swag live by actual Soldier Boy.
At a private event.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you were dressed as Christina Aguilera while it was happening.
Mm-hmm.
Full circle.
Yeah.
Next year, I really want to do Christina Aguilera and Eminem as a couple's costume.
So good. I should just keep the wig for you.
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna probably have blonde hair by that time, but
True.
if you want the wig, I spent $60 Can we also talk about that?
Whoa.
Dolls Kill.
Dolls Kill. You're on our fucking hit list.
Yeah, as of right now, because before you guys were super like, you know what, I'll give you 50% off if like, because we have to order this, or like they're super nice about it. But this was 3 weeks before Halloween because I was trying to be on it. Then it was a week of Halloween and I go to get this wig and it's $10 on their website. $10 fucking dollars. And then it's the last one in store and he goes, sorry, I can't give you a price match. And then it was even more expensive than the online version. And I'm like, all right, cool. The online version for full price was $45. Yeah, and then we had actual Halloween, which felt like 10 years into Halloween, but you know, actual Halloween did happen.
Yes.
We made it there.
It was on a Thursday.
We went with our friend Olivia. I can say our friend at this point, right?
Yes, of course.
And this is also fucking annoying. We go up to a bar and they tell us after waiting for 45 minutes that it's a private event. Why the fuck did you make us stand there? They just wanted a crowd for no reason.
Yes. And literally everyone left after that. They're like,
yes.
oh, only if you're on the list.
Yep.
It's like, well, why didn't you let us know?
Literally for 45 minutes. And I forced her to come out early because I was like, I want to like get in a place. Because I was like, last night was good. We just get into a place and we stay there. But of course it was a private event, so we weren't able to. But then we just moseyed on over to Silver Lake, and
I did run into some high school friends though.
She did,
which was crazy because somehow all these men that I hooked up with while I was in high school have befriended each other.
Yeah.
Because he goes, oh, I'm meeting up with this guy, and I go, oh no, that's someone else I know. And they go, oh, and this guy is coming, and I'm like, oh my god, I need to leave.
Well, that's what happens when you live in the town that you know.
Yeah, very true. So I moseyed on out. We moseyed to Silver Lake.
And then we just spent the next 3 hours scream singing to a shitty DJ, but played good songs, but did not know how to mash it all together.
It honestly made me feel like an amazing DJ as someone who has never DJ'd in their life.
Yeah.
Just because I could tell whenever a new song was being transitioned in, and I was like, oh, I can hear it. I can hear it.
But it was like the BPMs were nowhere near the same. He was just like, yes, I'm going to play fucking 365, and then I'm going to play...
Hey Soul Sister.
Yes, legitimately though.
No exaggeration.
But it was still fun. I had a great time.
I did too. It was
also nice just going in with like no expectations, just
having a happy Halloween.
And on actual Halloween, I was a Viking.
Yes, I was Alabama Worley, aka
Sydney
Cassie
Sweeney
in Euphoria.
Yes.
Alabama Worley costume.
And she looked exactly like Sydney Sweeney, so...
I did get a DM telling me I looked like Sydney Sweeney's long-lost sister, so that felt pretty good.
Yeah, take it as W.
I do.
Good.
We got the boobs, we got the eyes.
I feel like you should just lean into that, maybe.
I should. You know what?
I don't look like anybody.
And that's amazing. You get to be yourself.
I mean, to an extent, but like it'd be cool to have like a celebrity look like. The closest that I ever got to a celebrity look like, which I was like, this is nothing like what I look like, is the girl from Pretty Little Liars, Shay.
Oh, Shay Mitchell.
Yeah, which is funny.
She's gorgeous.
She's gorgeous, but looks nothing like me.
No.
Nothing like me. I mean, I'm thinking like back in the day, like maybe, but like I remember back then, I was like, she looks nothing like me.
I mean, aside from like the coloring, no.
I met her once actually.
Yeah.
In Silver Lake, so nice.
She's beautiful.
So
sweet.
And has great fucking suitcases.
Yeah.
I have one of her suitcases.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Which one?
The tan like cream one.
Yeah,
it's a carry-on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I use it all the time. No, it's not the Weekender. Which I heard the Weekender was not as big as it seems, but no, the carry-on's great.
Ooh, I still use my like Vera Bradley duffel for everything.
I had a pink Victoria's Secret duffel for my entire life until I bought that suitcase, and I was like, I need something. Yeah, but I still have yet to invest in like a big suitcase, which I really need to do. But I also am like, annoying and bratty and just like want to get like a fucking $2,000 suitcase, and I'm like, all right, well, that's not gonna happen for a hot minute.
Yeah, so I just went to like Ross and bought like one of like the Nautica on sale 80% off suitcases. Because the thing is you check it and it comes back to you all banged up and horrible and dirty. And like I bought the cutest little suitcase and it came back to me and it was like, whose suitcase is this? It was mine.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then we didn't go out on Friday, or you went out on Friday. I did not go out on Friday, and she dressed up again. Impressive, honestly. A fifth costume.
I was strawberry shortcake. Honestly, one of my best. I didn't get any photos because I was with my family.
Yeah, I wasn't there. That's why.
Yeah, and Raven wasn't there. See, this is what happens when I go out without Raven. Is there's no evidence.
It doesn't exist.
Yes. If a Jordan didn't go out and Raven wasn't there, did it actually happen?
No.
Yeah. But I went to like this very adult party, not an orgy, just like everyone was adults.
Like over the age of 35.
Yes, like I was talking to this one person, I was with my family, and they go, "Oh my god, do you know who that is?" And I was like, "No." And they're like, "That is the star witness from the O.J. Simpson trial." I said, "What?" They're like, "His name is Cato." And I was like, "Why is he obsessed with me?" It was because I was like the only person under 25 there.
Some Leo bullshit.
It was really fun though. Literally, I was like, oh, now I get why these models date Leonardo DiCaprio because like they're obsessed with you.
Yes, yeah. I unfortunately do not like older men.
It was kind of fun. There was this one guy I was talking to. He was like, I could tell he was like hot probably when he was our age.
It's so crazy because I can't even like imagine.
But he had like visible TMJ. I was like, do you want me to take you to my injector?
Yeah. You're like, I can actually help you with this.
No, literally, because he was actually like pretty cute for an old dude.
Okay. We love that as a sentence.
But I also got my tarot cards read. Yeah.
Sometimes scary.
I mean, I went up and she was like, "Do you have any questions?" And I was like, "I just started a new like venture, and I would love to know how if I'm on the right track, how that's going." And she was like, and I also was like, I'd also like to know about my love life just in general. And she ignored the love life part, and just pulled a few cards and said that it looks like I'm at the beginning of a journey.
Yep.
She got like, it was like the Page of Swords or something like that. Okay. And so like the page is one of the youngest in the court, you know? So he's like the most ahead of him. Whereas like if were to get the Empress, like she has still some ahead of her because like the Emperor, but like not much. Like she's towards the end of the journey.
Okay.
So that's a good sign.
Yeah.
And that was like my future card. But the other ones were saying like, it's gonna be a bit rocky.
Interesting.
Like things are gonna go well, it's just not gonna be in the way we expect.
Kind of scary.
I know.
Which makes me feel like we're gonna say some shit that we're not supposed to say.
All press is good press.
I mean, yeah, I do believe in that.
But I was honestly kind of in a bad mood before that tarot card session. Okay. Because I was literally just with my family and I was not drunk enough and they were kind of embarrassing me. And my dad was wearing a wig that literally just looked like my hair and I was kind of like mad about it. I was like, I can't be standing next to you. Like, because he was dressed as a hippie. Right. And he was wearing like a strawberry blonde wig that went down to like here. And I'm like, Father, why would you buy that wig? Anyway.
Personal attack on Jordan.
No, so I had another glass of wine.
We love you, Fred.
Had another tequila sunrise, went to the other fortune teller at the party, and said, "Hey, girl, I need some good news." Yeah. And I once again said, "I'd love to know about my new business venture, and I'd love to know about my love life." Yeah. This girl ignored the love life once again, which makes me think like, oh, you're gonna be that fun aunt. Yeah. No. But I honestly don't even remember what she said, but I still was like, ah, shit, that's not great.
I've only gotten one card reading ever, and it's by Sophia, who will come on the pod at one point. Yes. She's incredible. And she's like the only person that I would like actually like trust to do this because I like believe in her heart of like who she is. But we were talking about my jobs and like what that looks like, and it started off with the Empress card actually, and she's like, just shows how strong you are and like who you are as a person, you know what you want and you know what you need. And then all the other cards were like negative about like basically saying that like I am going to struggle in like my figuring out what I'm supposed to be doing.
See, I was kind of getting that too.
Yeah.
But here we are.
Just going for it.
And we'll tell you all about it, the struggle.
Yeah, but I do want to go to her girl because I don't believe in, I mean, to an extent, I don't, like, I think I'm open to the spiritual realm because I obviously, like, I'm Christian and I believe in that, but I think that, like, I don't like to mess with it, you know?
Absolutely.
And so, I think it's my mentality of, like, I have heard so many stories of, like, because I believe in, like, prophetic gifts, and I think that sometimes, unfortunately, within that community, people take advantage of their gifts for money, and, like, I don't love that. Yeah. But if, like, they're truly doing it out of, like, you know, the gift that they have and wanting to share it with people, and, like, they so happen to make a profit off of it, then, like, all right. But yeah, she has a girl that she says that she, like, truly believes in, and I'll believe anything Sophia tells me, so I'll go do it. I think it'll be good for all of us. Remember, she was like, when she was over here for wine night, she was like, oh, like, let's all go.
I'm so down.
I think it'd also be, like, a good November activity.
Yeah, well, I've actually also had tarot readers tell me that they see I have, like, an intuition similar to them, which is why I was gifted a tarot deck.
Right.
And so that I occasionally will read tarot, and I think that it's all about just intention and, like, putting good vibes out there.
That's what I mean, is, like, I feel like there's so many out there that do not have good intentions, which is why I do not fuck with that energy.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I would never make that, like, my career that I rely on to, like, make money off of, because I think that's where a lot of, like, the negativity comes from, is, like, the struggle and the greed, unfortunately. Yeah. But I mean, speaking of Wicca and the arcane stuff, I have some sigils.
Yeah, she shows me these, like, random fucking lines. She'll screenshot it and I'll put it on the screen, and I don't understand.
So I saw a TikTok that
because our Bible is TikTok.
Yes. So this TikTok I saw told me how to make them, basically, and you set an intention. Okay. And you write that intention out. Yep. And then you get rid of all the vowels. Okay. And then get rid of all the repeated letters. Okay. And you have a few letters left. Yeah. And you make, like, a wheel, like an alphabet wheel, and then you connect all of those letters. Okay. I know, you have to see it visually. Yeah. But then the pattern that is made from connecting those letters is your sigil. Okay. So one of these is my personal for me. Okay. That's the star. Okay. The one that looks like a star. And this one down here is for the election that's happening tomorrow. I am very stressed. Yeah. So I kind of wanted to just try to, like, do something to put myself at ease. It might be an OCD thing. Yeah. Probably.
I mean, the energy too is just a bit intense. I think both parties feel very strongly. I think the divide between Republicans and Democrats have never been as intense as it is now, because I feel like it's less about politics and more about identity, and because our politics are part of our identity, but I just think that, like, it's turned into something more intense, and yeah, I mean, like, everyone's voting. I'm gonna vote on actual election day.
Yeah. I voted this past weekend.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, I think it's just it's a very strong emotion that everyone kind of has connected. So I think that everyone kind of feels that same way. I was just having a conversation with my parents who are not in the same understanding of our ways of thinking, and it just is very difficult to have conversations with people that are very strong set in not understanding or empathetic towards other people's views, but I think it's so cool that, you know, I wish my parents are back home in Nevada, which is a swing state. This is the first time voting for me in California, which, you know, I know my vote counts, but I do wish I was more. I wish my vote counted over there, because it would have, I felt like, mattered a little bit more. But I think that is a cool part about being a part of this country, and, you know, having our own set of ideas, is being able to vote individually, and like I am not connected to that.
So at the time we're recording this, it is November 4th. Yeah. And the election is tomorrow. Yep. And it is a huge election, obviously. Yeah. Our country has never been more divided, like you were saying. And yeah, it's just very important to vote. By the time this comes out, the election will have happened. Yeah. I just feel like the tension in the air right now that LA is, I mean, just our entire world is going through. Like, I honestly feel like it feels like the purge is about to start. Like, I was
like
leaving.
Super intense, yeah.
Yeah, no, I was leaving work today, and it just felt like heavy. Everything felt heavy. People were. Maybe it's also daylight saving time.
I think that definitely puts like a. Ooh, hey.
Oh.
Hey guys. No, I definitely think that daylight savings plays a huge role into that.
Yeah.
The energy of just fall and darkness, it's gonna put a weight on you that you normally don't feel.
It also, like, it definitely changes people's, like, circadian rhythms, makes people more grouchy.
Depressed.
Like, that people at work, they don't play about the elevators.
Okay, yeah, what happened?
This morning, this is what I mean by, like, the tension is there. Like, I was going up from, like, P3, and there were 4 of us in the elevator, and we were about to go up, and suddenly, like, the door opens again, and, like, there's no one on the outside, and I was gonna make a joke, like, oh, I thought Halloween was over, like, there's a ghost, but I didn't say anything because that was just not the vibe the elevator was giving.
Okay,
and
yeah, they wouldn't respect it.
Exactly. Yeah. It was also just, it was tense.
Okay.
And so we're just standing there in silence, and we go through the whole rigmarole again of the elevator door closes, and it opens again. Okay. And by the 3rd time this happens, one of the dudes in the elevator, he, like, pokes his head out, and I guess he sees that there's, like, a woman standing there, and he says, if you're gonna get on, just get on.
Oh.
And she's like, oh, I thought the door was closing, and he just was like, ugh, and then gets back in, like, hits the closed door button, and it finally closes, and we go up.
Okay.
But I was just like, man, and that's not the first, like, weird elevator experience I've had or heard about. Like, my boss at work was telling me he got on the elevator and hit, like, level 2, and some woman also got on and hit level 5, and she saw he hit level 2 and went, really? You couldn't have taken the stairs? Yeah.
What an asshole.
I know. It's like, you don't know, like, that person's, like, physical abilities. No. And I don't know. It's just, people do not play.
Yeah. Or people are just fucking rude for no reason.
That too.
Everyone, calm down. It's gonna be okay. You'll make it to where you're going to make it, and everyone's gonna live. Like,
and by the time this comes out, hopefully we have our first female president.
Yes.
And I know I voted for her, and I'm ready for that. Yes. I'm ready for this whole election to be over.
I know.
It's been very stressful.
Very.
So I'm really excited today because we have our second guest.
Second ever.
Yes, and it is my coworker, Carlos.
I know, my old coworker.
Yes, from when we all used to work together.
Remember when?
Yeah, well, me and him are carpool buddies. I drive him home every day, and we just have the best conversations. And
he's the sweetest.
He's so sweet. I really adore him.
He's a very shy guy.
He is. He's a bit soft-spoken, but honestly, like, the more you get to know him, the more you realize, like, how amazing he is. And he's also just, like, so creative and talented.
Which I feel like is not uncommon for photographers. I feel like a lot of photographers are very, like, reserved and shy, but as soon as you, like, get on set with them and they actually, like, open up, they're, like, the sweetest and so nice and so fun and, like, have great taste in, like, because they're all creative. So their taste in, like, visuals or whatever it is, like, has always been, like, very inspiring.
He also has the best taste in music. That's, like, how we bonded a lot. Is he was also, like, the only other person at work that was interested in Chapel Roan last year.
Yeah.
And so one of the first things we ever did, like, just the two of us, was we went to a Chapel concert.
Oh, okay, so that was the first time you guys met.
Yeah, that was a year ago now, like, in November last year.
What's that?
And after that, we kind of just realized, like, oh, we vibed, and we went to the Sweat tour together.
Cute. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so it's just, it's really nice to have a good friend like that at work.
Yes, absolutely.
And so, without further ado, Carlos.
Oh, I'll clap for myself because
period.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
Oh my gosh, we were so excited to have you on.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Because you were the ones that shot our
cover
art,
yeah. Our first one, which was such a fun project.
It was. It came about so, like, quickly too. I remember Jordan just, like, telling me, like, one day, she's like,
"You're like,
can
be
you?"
There.
No, literally.
Can you do that?
It was like there was like a day in between. Yeah. Literally. Nice. And it came out so good, like, out of the blue. Like, it just came out. I don't know. It was really good.
It was fun. I think that, like, the fact that we all kind of had this similar vision and understanding.
Mm-hmm.
I think as a photographer, do you find that that's always how it is, or is it hard to work with some people and, like, their visions and what they tell you, or do you kind of just go with the flow?
I love, like, one of the first questions I had for Jordan was, like, do you guys have, like, the vision? I love getting, like, the vision from the other person because that means that they're, like, fully into it.
Yeah.
And it happens sometimes where they're like, you could just do whatever you want. And I'm like, okay, I guess. Because I am a photographer, but it's also, like, a collaborative effort.
Do you have, like, your style?
Yeah, well, so I've had, like, a style, like, building for, like, a long time. And it's just, like, that vintagey, like... I don't really even know exactly what it's called. I just call it like vintage. Okay. But there's definitely like a different, I don't know what the exact word is.
Do you have people that inspired you to go more in that direction versus others?
100%. There's these two photographers, Bryant, who I'm sure y'all know. And then there's other one, Sam Damashek.
Yes.
Yes.
I used to work with him actually.
Oh, really? So yeah, he totally inspired me. They're both from Orange County, which is where I'm from. And so that's basically like where I would see them like on Instagram, Tumblr.
Yeah.
And
very viral content they create.
Oh, for sure. Like I remember Sam shooting like all the Brandy Melville stuff. Yeah. And that's when I was like, wait, like this is really cool. Posting it and then having the brands post it. That was a huge thing in like 2015, 14. Right. In the Tumblr days as well. And so that's kind of like where I got my start. I was just kind of like replicating that and I would like have like my friends like dress in like Brandy Melville or like PacSun, Urban Outfitters, just like all those types.
Companies that you thought would repost it.
Exactly.
Okay, smart.
And then they were. And then I was like, okay, there wasn't money in it, but I was in high school, so I was just like, I'm having fun.
So what made you want to pick up a camera?
Basically that. Like I've always wanted to be like in the industry, but I never wanted to be in front of the camera. Up until now, that I'm kind of just like
this is fun.
No, yeah, and like with my day job, like I've started to be like, wait, like it looks like they're having fun. I'm behind the camera. I'm having fun too, but like it is fun. But starting out, I just wanted to be like behind. I am shy, like very shy, very quiet person, but getting behind the camera, I was able to first meet a lot of people. And then I was able to like show my creativity and dress people and I don't know, it was just really fun. So
yeah, you told me that you will do like styling, makeup, hair, everything for a shoot. How have you like cultivated all of those abilities?
Literally, I don't know. Styling, it came from back then when I would just have people wear like their Brandy Melville or whatever. So it didn't start. Well, I guess so. My friends were just wearing whatever. And then once I started working with people in LA, just because I was so close, I would start hitting people up. And I was like, hey, let's shoot. And I would just give them like a mood board as like one does. And then they would like fulfill it. But then it came to a point where I was like, okay, guys that I would work with, they would just bring hoodies. And I was like, girl, how are we going to how are we gonna do a shoot with a hoodie? So then I was like, there was a point in my life I was like, yeah, I'm never shooting a hoodie again.
Okay.
And that was like my whole thing. I was like, never a hoodie. So then I just started getting more creative. I started hitting up thrift shops out here in LA.
Smart.
And I was like, hey, like, let's do a collab. You can use all the content. I'm bringing this person, and we just want to use some of your clothes. And so I started working with like one thrift shop in particular out here. And that thrift shop like started blowing up. Like I saw Emma Chamberlain there so many times. I saw Niall Horan there. Cute. And so that's kind of how I started in LA.
I do feel like that photography, videography, styling, modeling, all of it is really self-encompassing. Like I was a model for like a really long time, but then I also did photography. And once I was like kind of over being in front of the camera, because I feel like you do kind of like, whether it's like you're behind the camera for such a long time, you're like, oh, I want to be in front of the camera. I've been in front of the camera for so long, I want to be behind, because you learn all the skills because you're with those people all the time. Like you see all the professionals doing it. So it's really easy to pick up those type of skills. And then when I did personal styling for a long time, that was right after my photography like little like moment of my life. So I do think that like it's for some reason like a very like people wouldn't really expect that from like a photography being able to like actually style the shoots, but it's a very common thing, I feel like.
Yeah.
And plus they have to pay one person to do multiple things instead of multiple people. So it's smarter for these companies and small like businesses that are starting.
I will say though, well, once I got my day job, I stopped doing it so much just because I was so busy. But then I also started overthinking everything so much. And I've talked to Jordan about this. Like I'm just overthinking like so much to the point that it's like it wasn't fun anymore. And so I started like helping, like my friend Hannah, she's helping me style now, but I just like I couldn't do it all of it just because it was just so much that I was just like, let me just focus back on one thing. Let's go back to the basics of where I started, and let's just do the photo, and give like other people opportunity too to like jump in and have fun. And so that's kind of where I'm at right now.
So you feel like you've kind of fallen back in love with photography, or are you still kind of overthinking things?
I still definitely am overthinking things. I've noticed because I jumped back into it and I started doing like more shoots.
I've noticed that.
Yeah, but I haven't like posted anything just because I'm still like overthinking things.
I know, we've talked about that.
Yeah,
and you're sitting on so much content,
so
right?
So much content.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, is today the right day? No.
But the thing is there's not going to be a perfect day.
No,
and you kind of just have to throw it out there. And has there been like passionate projects that you've been working on that you're like, oh shit, like this is really cool?
Yeah, like I have stuff from, we got to go to London like May 2023.
Okay.
We're going to come up like on 2 years.
Like,
and like I'm sitting on that content and I'm just like, wait, why don't I just put it out? Like, I don't know what is holding me back. But it's just like the whole social media of it all that it's just like.
Yeah, I totally understand that. I mean, I barely posted for 3 years or so, and it wasn't until Raven was just kind of reminded me, who cares?
Literally, fuck it, like.
And now I'm just happy to be putting out content because I'm doing fun things and you know.
And it's documentation.
Exactly.
Like for me, it's like now I obviously like have so much shit archived because I'm like, that's fucking embarrassing. Why did I post that?
Yeah.
But also at the same time, I'm like, I have that content now. I shared it with the world during that moment. Like, great. Like, there's no need to have a mentality of caring about what people think.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all it is about like what makes you happy, what you're proud of, and like the stages of life. Because probably the content from then is amazing, but the content you'll be doing in 2 years from now is even more amazing. So it's like you could have, since you have so much built out content, you could just schedule it out. Don't even look at it. Like schedule all these posts out for months, and then it'll just it'll kind of like speak for itself. And honestly, will probably show the progression that you've made over the past 2 years.
No, that is so true. Because even like now, I still go back to like stuff that I was posting in 2015, and I'm just like, whoa.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is true. I just need to do it.
Yeah.
No, I see.
It's so much easier said than done, but yeah.
Yeah. You're right. It is. Because I just like see it and I'm just like, And then like even curating a feed, it was such a thing back then. And now it's like,
Barely.
Yeah. But I still have that mentality of just like,
for sure.
Wait, everything looks so good in 2019. And now I'm just like, well.
Also how aesthetics change so quickly. It's like my feed, I noticed, kind of changes every 6 months. And it's just based on like whatever I'm doing in the era. Like the colors just change naturally. The way I edit changes naturally. It's very interesting how that comes about. But some people follow feeds specifically for specific type of photography.
That's so
and
true.
I guess that pressure of wanting to maintain their happiness and what they're expecting from you, I'm sure comes as part of that like overwhelming.
Yeah. It used to be more because then people would be like, getting inspiration from me.
Yes.
And then they would like tag me in it because they're like inspired by or whatever. And I'm just like, holy shit, like I never thought like people would be like inspired by something that I did. And so I guess I say it doesn't get into my head, but it definitely does. Like it's in there.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. I really do just need to start posting and post and goes.
Yes.
Literally, I love that saying.
And you do a lot of concert photography too, right?
I have, I started that 2020.
Yes.
The best year to start that. I started in January. I shot King Princess. Amazing. It was so great at the Wiltern. And then obviously COVID happened, so stopped. And then I started getting back into it. I went to EDC. I got to go to EDC and shoot that. That was really cool. And then now I just I go with like different little outlets, media outlets that need photographers just to get in, and I just like go to shows that I really want to go to.
Yeah.
So
have you gotten good content while you're at those shows, or are you kind of just enjoying it a little bit?
No, I have.
Yeah.
Me and Jordan talk about, we went to Noah Cyrus like 2 years ago now.
Before we knew each other,
yeah.
Oh.
We were at the same show, but I was shooting it.
Okay.
And then she was just there for fun. Yeah.
But how do you like find these opportunities and get into these concerts as a photographer for those who maybe want to follow the same path?
Yeah. So basically there's a lot of like little magazine outlets out there on Instagram. There's a ton. And I've even wanted to like start my own just because it's really easy, honestly. Like you just need to build up like some content. Now that I've shot a few concerts, that could be my content that I've built up. But if you're new, you would just basically hit up one of these like media outlets and be like, hey, if you guys are looking for photographers, like I would love to join your like roster of photographers.
Yeah.
And so I am in a few lists right now. So basically what I'll do is like I'll look at like concerts coming up in my area, LA. And it's a little more like saturated here, obviously, because it's LA and there's a ton of photographers. Versus if I was shooting in like Kansas City or something, I would be able to probably shoot like anything.
Everything, yeah.
Yeah. But here, due to everyone wanting to shoot, you can only get into so much. So I just like basically put in whoever I want, and then they'll tell me like, oh, we already have someone like doing that, or this one's not possible. And I just kind of go from there. So right now I have like, I might be doing Rex Orange County this weekend, so I'm really excited about that.
I was going to say, concert photography is such a lucrative space. If you get picked up by if you shoot randomly, picked up by an artist, you can make bank and travel the world. Yeah. And it's actually pretty incredible.
Yeah, and it's fun.
Would you be interested in something like that?
Yes, I've always thought about like that type of life. Like it just seems so cool. And just shooting something for an artist just like every day too. Yeah. Not just like on stage, just everything. Like everything from behind the scenes to interviews to just anything. And so, yeah. There was one thing I learned though, shooting concerts when you're not with an artist, you can only shoot the first 3 songs from the front of the stage. Learned that the hard way. But yeah, that's something that you wouldn't know. Is you only get to shoot the first 3 songs, front stage. Sometimes they let you stay for the rest of the show. Sometimes they don't.
Got it.
And you gotta go.
Wow.
And so you really only have 15 minutes to get a shot.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
I mean, luckily the first 3 songs are like usually the most fun and incredible, and the energy's good, and their makeup's perfect, their hair is perfect.
Yeah, that's why I think that it's only been one time though that they were like, actually, we're gonna do the last 3 songs this time, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. I've never heard of that.
That is very interesting.
And so,
is that a male artist?
Yeah, Declan McKenna.
Okay.
Oh.
He's on tour with Sabrina right now, actually. So, and he's very high energy. By the end, he was so sweaty, but like the photos were so good.
Yeah. It's different for a male though.
Yeah.
When a guy's all sweaty, it's a lot hotter.
Yeah, I can see that.
How did you get your current day job?
I got my current day job through a friend. So me and Jordan work on Zach Sing's show. And
Yes, we do. That's how we know each other, by the way. We are coworkers. That's how we met.
Coworkers. My friend actually used to work on that show as an intern 10 years ago.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, well they were based in New York and now they're based in LA.
Okay.
And basically he was an intern, and then he was based in New York as well, and he came out here for like in the entertainment industry but not working with them.
Yeah. But
just kept the contact. And he's also like a talent manager.
Okay.
So he was managing at the time, I don't know if you guys know Axel Weber. He was living in the smallest apartment in New York.
I remember him.
Shout out Axel. And so he was managing him, and Zach wanted him on the show at the time. And so he knew my friend who was managing him and was like, hey, let's have him on the show. And so my friend asked me if I wanted to go and like do behind the scenes for the interview. And I was like, sure, I guess. Like I knew the show, and I was like, that would be cool. And so I remember asking my mom like the day before. I was like, should I go? And then my mom was like, yeah, like who knows what will happen, like whatever. Like I wasn't even expecting anything out of it, just photos for Axel. And then I took the photos. Low-key, remember, I didn't love them, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
And then I sent them over to my friend who sent them over to Zach. And then right away I was like offered a like full-time position, which was insane.
It's because you're so good.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you. And so, yeah, I've been with them for 2.5 years.
Cool. I feel like a lot of people get their jobs in LA from knowing people.
Oh, yeah.
That's like, I think I've gotten my past like 4 jobs just off of like, I know this person that knows this person that knows this person, and then I get the job. I'm like, all right, cool.
Absolutely.
Which is really fun because I feel like in my experiences, it's less of like, when I'm meeting these people, it's never the intention of like, oh, maybe one day they'll help me out. Like, it's always been like, hey, I really support you as a person, and I can tell you're so talented in this, and like, it's cool when you get to be a part of those, like, what is it, like the 6th degree of a person?
Yeah, 6th degree of separation.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Inevitably, we cross paths, we would have crossed paths, you know?
Yeah.
We have always heard the saying, it's like, it's who you know, not what you know. And so, but I've never like had that opportunity until then.
Okay.
So I was like, wait, they're right. Like, I guess that doesn't happen for everyone, but when you're lucky, I guess. I was so blessed and lucky to get in there.
Yeah. Well, now you're doing like a lot of work with some other like models on the side. How did you get into that? How do you meet them?
So I remember it was like 2018. That's when I started like hitting people up from LA because the influencer space started like growing.
Yeah.
It was already big, but like growing in other ways because at the time I think Vine was like the top thing. Maybe I don't remember when it ended. Yeah, RIP. And so I would see Viners out here just like making crazy content, and I was like, let me hit some people up because I saw those photographers like Bryant who was shooting with every person under the sun. And so
you were doing this for free at the time?
I was just trying to get my name out there.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is people have to be humble enough to do that.
Oh yeah.
Whether you're a singer or you're a photographer, you have to do shit for free.
Yeah.
Like, it just,
pay your dues.
Yeah, exactly.
They call it on spec here.
Right.
I heard that?
No.
I only learned that with this job that we have now.
Yeah.
I was like, on spec? Why are we shooting on? What the hell does that mean?
Yeah, well, working in PR, we used to hire people like, oh, this is on spec because we will use these photos in promotion. So therefore, you will get promo from what we're doing.
Got it.
So
basically exchange for clout.
yes.
Which is, there's a lot of that.
Well, they call it in like photography. It's like TFP, time for payment, or something. I don't know the exact acronym, but so 2018. I remember I would just like watch other people. It's like, how do you grow? Or whatever. How do you get your name out there? And people were like, I would just DM 50 people a day, and so that's what I was doing. I was literally grabbing like 50 people that I saw that were in LA, and I was like, hey, let's shoot some time, or hey, let's do something. And so obviously not everyone would respond, but you would get your few like people that would be like, oh, hey, let's do something. And so I remember one of the first people I ever shot with in LA was Nicolette Gray, who's the Beverly Hills Brat. I don't know if you remember her.
Oh, I do.
She went on Dr. Phil and did a whole shebang on being a Beverly Hills Brat. But I knew her way before that.
Okay.
So we were just working together, and we would just do like random shoots, go on Beverly Hills, whatever.
Yeah.
And then it just like kept growing and growing, and then I would shoot with like bigger people that I would like watch on YouTube. I was like, whoa! Like I remember some people like following me, and I was like, oh, wait, is this like fake or whatever? Is this a fan account?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my god! And so I got to work with some people like that. And it's just been growing. It's been crazy.
That's so cool.
Didn't you just do like a Menendez brothers shoot?
Oh my god, that was
what?
so funny. It was for Halloween.
Okay.
Of course, we just had Halloween.
Yes.
And so I brought it up to my friends. I was like, hey, let's do them. Obviously, the Menendez brothers were like a hot costume this year.
Yes.
Which I brought it up to them early this month, so I didn't know it was going to be. So throughout the month, they got busy, and we didn't end up shooting it until like a few days before Halloween.
Okay.
So by then I was like, oh, everyone kind of already did it. But I took it a step further, and we went to the house.
Oh, wow.
And so not the house. The house is like gated, like with a bunch of like whatever. So you can't really see the house. But the house right next door to it is where they filmed the Netflix show.
Oh.
Literally right next door.
Wow.
So I knew that, and I was like, wait, let's just do that one. I mean, that one's popular too. And so we show up, and I like had my friends like dress up as them.
Which outfits were they in?
I had them dress up as the outfits that they like killed their parents in.
Oh, I was gonna say, I hope it's that one.
Yes.
Dark, but you know.
In the show,
like
though.
the striped and
the pink
polo.
Yes, the exact.
I just finished.
Oh,
binging
really?
it. Yeah, I like had avoided watching it for so long. I like kind of like it's the inner like angst in me to never go with the flow of everybody else.
No, yeah.
So when everyone else was watching, I was like, it's not that good. And I like started and I was like, oh my god, I can't stop watching. Also,
No,
like their
literally.
acting is incredible.
Oh my god. The one episode of him doing the full thing in
Yes.
one take.
Oh fuck, it was crazy.
It's insane. Jordan, you need to watch.
I do need to watch.
Also, they're just like so pretty to look at. Also, one of them was at Barney's like last week with like a girl all over him, obviously.
Oh,
Yeah, but like they were
Nicholas.
obviously like not. I mean, I don't know, but yeah.
I think he has a girlfriend. Anyways. So yeah, I took it a step further and we put them in front of the house and I brought like my flash and everything, made it
Did
all
they have
flashy.
fake shotguns?
No, that was the only
Okay.
thing we were missing, but I thought that was a little too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did they have the blood splatter on them?
No.
Oh, okay.
I had them like clean.
Okay,
And
okay.
just like it was cute and they were just taking pictures in
Maybe
front.
just like dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was like so many people around visiting the
I'm
houses because it's a
sure.
whole tourist attraction
Yeah.
now. And so we pull up and they were like, everyone's like, oh my god, the Menendez brothers.
So
And they were like,
funny.
they were like playing along and they're like, we're almost out. Like, all this crazy stuff.
Stop.
And then a celebrity bus comes by, you know, the
Yeah.
tourist buses.
Yes.
And they're all like, oh my god, and there's the Menendez brothers.
Yeah.
And we're like sitting on the curb. It was so funny.
So did you post that content yet, or did they post?
They
that
posted it.
Okay, did it do well?
It did well for them.
Nice.
It did. It was one of those posts where you turn the lights on.
Uh-huh.
You know that. But some of the comments were a little ooh, and so I was just like, yeah.
Everyone
But
has their
it's
thing,
comments, yeah.
Yeah, they were saying like, "Ooh, that's not."
Yeah, that's not.
Sensitive
Or
what-
someone said like, how can I delete someone else's post? I was like, oh,
Okay, well, calm down.
well, don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But-
Unfollow, block,
Yeah, and it's Halloween, girl.
Like, it,
Like,
like what?
ignore it. Like, I
yeah.
don't know.
Keep my engagement up.
Yeah.
But
Thanks for commenting.
Yeah.
no, yeah, I haven't had like a photo like that. Like sometimes I get like photos to do like well, and I just like making the noise, and
Yeah.
that's what they did, and it was
Yeah.
fun.
That's how you get
So.
that virality,
Exactly.
positive or negative.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
my perspective.
I didn't hurt anyone,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and so many people dressed up as them.
Yeah.
We just had the access to. My friend literally lives like 5 minutes away, so
Easy.
let's go.
You don't
and
need
we
to
did.
defend yourself.
No,
No, I agree. I
obviously.
think that was a great shoot.
Thanks.
I know
It
you were
was
a little
funny.
like apprehensive at first.
Yeah.
Like, if I use my real name for this, what if people are offended?
Right.
Really?
Yeah, because I was like, I didn't know how people were gonna take it because
Yeah.
it's so fresh. It's happening now.
Yeah, I mean it's
But
what
the
their retrials in
crimes-
December.
But the
Yeah.
crimes
Retrial, but
themselves-
like they're
They're resentencing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
crazy.
The crimes themselves, though, are over 2 decades old. So,
True.
I mean, I think enough time has passed.
Yeah.
There's a Netflix show about it.
If a Netflix show is made about it, you can dress up as. whatever
That's
the fuck you
so
want.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they went to the next level.
Yes,
and
Netflix
filmed
is fully
at the
yeah.
house.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're so right.
But I also think that's the content that does the best is the ones that you're like apprehensive to post because you're.
Absolutely.
It's true.
That's what people want to see. They want to see like the raw nitty gritty. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm kind of scared to put this out, but no one else will. So.
Well, no, yeah, and then we always see like photos that like celebrities take, and we're like, oh wow, like they went there, and those
Yeah.
are the ones that make noise.
Yep.
So you're right.
All right. Well, if people want to work with you, where can they find you?
My
Yes.
Instagram is IDCcarlos. I don't care, Carlos. I made that in the Vine days.
Yes. When it was like
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, literally, or what the F, whatever their name was.
Mhm.
So yeah, IDC Carlos on Instagram, TikTok, everything is that. So
Love it.
yeah,
Perfect.
that's me.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me
Of
as your
course.
second guest.
Of course. we
I'm
wouldn't-
so excited.
We're excited also to just like honestly come across because we have our own visions of like what our aesthetic looks like and how we're gonna change and like we have this overarching like obviously idea of like what our goals are aesthetically, but we would love for you to continue to be a process of it
I'm so
and
down.
like kind of just be a part of that journey with us
Yeah.
because I think that like as our styles like progress and change, like your styles will as well. Like so, it's like an opportunity of like growth on both ends. You know what I mean? And also, like we obviously all go to concerts and do all the things, and like just for overall, like I think content creation is such like a creative outlet for
Uh-huh.
anybody. So yeah, no, we're super grateful to like know
To
you.
have
and
you,
your
yeah.
friends
Thank
and,
you
yeah,
so
we
much.
want.
No, yeah, I'm excited to plan some things with y'all.
Yay.
Yay.
So yeah,
All right, well,
Thank
Idccarlos,
Idccarlos.
Thank you.
I am not much of a runner anymore. As I've stated before, I go in my spurts. But a new hot trend that everyone is doing is, at least from an LA perspective, is the Venice LA Run Club. But in New York, they just had another marathon. And did you see the girl that was drunk running?
Yes.
I love that.
I
Like,
know.
maybe this is the way that I get into it, you know?
Like, should I try that?
Because honestly, when I am drunk, after I told her, I think I told her this, but maybe I didn't. But in college, what I would do is I would go to the same 3 bars, and they were all within like a mile radius. I go to the first bar, have a drink or two, go to the second bar, have a drink or two. So by the time I'm going to the third bar, which was the farthest away, I had this like little backpack, and I would like basically put both of the straps on my shoulders, and that's how all my friends knew that I was going to start running. And then down Hollywood Boulevard, just raving running, and all my friends chasing after me. So honestly, it's probably a really good trick to like just get fucking plastered, because you're gonna end up like, some people are just runners.
They're runners and they're track stars.
Yeah, if you're a runner, you know, repost this video, because drunk runners are the best.
I'm definitely
Party.
Yeah. I'm more of a hiker / walker. Like,
Okay.
I'm a 12-3-30 girl all the way.
You are.
But running, I ran cross country. I don't know if I told you this. I ran cross country in middle school.
Okay.
Hell on earth.
Yeah, that'd be horrible.
Worst time of my life.
My stepdad tried. Sorry.
Yeah. It was also, the season took place in the fall when it's blazing hot in LA. And so I would almost pass out from heat exhaustion every time.
Yeah.
And I'm just kind of like, why has our generation decided to all be marathon runners?
I think it's because running is like the best for your body.
Is it though? I think walking's a bit better. Running, like, it ruins your like knees and your shins.
If you run properly and have good shoes, and like you're hydrated and you do your electrolytes, and if you're prepared, like if you're a good runner, you have all that shit.
I hooked up with a runner a little bit ago.
Okay.
And I'm always seeing his stories now, and I think he literally went to New York just to run the marathon.
I mean, isn't that like a huge thing though?
Oh yeah, I mean, it's a huge.
I feel like there was just a marathon not too long ago. Does this
Right?
happen like yearly or
I thought it was once a year, but I guess it was the Boston Marathon that you're thinking of.
Okay.
And there's also an LA Marathon.
How long are these marathons?
So every marathon is 26.2 miles.
That's really far.
I know.
I could not. I also saw another TikTok of these 2 girls being like, we've never ran a marathon, and we went out last night, and we are just doing this, and then it's just them running it. They're like, all right, mile 20, and they're just like going. I'm like, I can't not be a runner and just go. Like, that's insane.
And after you finish, you have to like walk an additional mile so that you don't like cramp up, and the EMTs make you, because otherwise like your blood pressure will drop too drastically.
Insane.
Yeah. So no, that's. I'll do the mile walk after.
Yeah.
I'm not running 20.
I was saying that for the plot, we should do a Venice Run Club.
Okay.
We could get coffee, we'll just walk it, and we'll look
Okay.
at all the hot guys.
Okay, I would be down to do that.
Because apparently that's where people are like picking up dates.
That's
what I heard.
My
think Fanny does
friends.
it sometimes too.
My friends are in
Do they
Venice
do
Run
it?
Clubs.
Okay. Do they run it?
Yes, they're runners. However, they met this guy there that they were like, he would be perfect for you, Jordan.
Okay.
And I was like, oh my god, tell me more. Showed me his Instagram. It's my ex's good friend.
God damn it. Everyone in this fucking city knows each other.
Yeah.
And it is so annoying.
So, unfortunately, and he used to like get with my roommate too, my ex-roommate. So, I think that's probably a no-go.
Yeah, no.
Too many fish in the sea to be overlapping,
Yeah. Rough.
So rough. Anyway, running, not for me.
Okay.
But I would
Maybe
go,
I could
do
get you into running. What happens if we my thing is I'm injured. So I don't know if I can run, but
well, I am in pretty good shape right now because I do so much cardio.
yeah, I feel like you would do well if like maybe we ran like a mile a day.
Okay, I could try that.
Just like 6.
I do sometimes like finish my 12-3-30s with like, well, to be honest, I do like 12-3-80s.
I know you do it for a long time.
And then I'll sometimes like.
Do you sweat a lot?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I love
I
sweating.
don't sweat. So I would have to wear bands, like sweatbands, and that's why I did heated workouts because that was the only way I could like get sweat out.
See, I'm the opposite. I literally have to wear clinical strength deodorant every day because I hate sweating and I sweat a lot.
Got it.
And I don't like pit stains. I don't like yellow stains on my clothing. And no, clinical strength deodorant has been the biggest lifesaver. I haven't had pit stains in over 2 years.
My parents thought something was wrong with me because I don't sweat, really.
That's like in Sweet Life on Deck. They're all in like this trapped in this hot room and everyone's sweating except for London. She goes, I don't sweat, I glow.
Oh, that's me.
Yeah.
Actually, me and her were like, you know.
Yeah, you vibed.
Yeah, because she was the only Asian character on Disney Channel.
Also one of the best characters.
Yeah, she was amazing.
Yeah.
I should have been her for Halloween. That would have been so good.
Oh my god, I could have been Maddie.
We missed an opportunity.
Next Halloween.
I know, I'm already thinking of like the next costumes.
Oh, me too.
I saw so many people do Lola from Shark Tale and I was like, damn.
Yeah.
But I kind of want a guy to do that with me.
Yeah. See, we both need situationships next Halloween so we can do our ideal costumes.
Absolutely.
I need an M&M lookalike.
Yeah, and I understand Dale.
Yeah.
But also...
You need Oscar the Fish lookalike.
yeah. Totally.
Doesn't he look like Anthony Ramos?
I don't fucking know.
Yeah. He does.
I feel like he wouldn't be my type.
Honestly. No, I don't think
Oscar
so.
would not be my type.
No, you would need the M&M type, and then I would take the Oscar. Yeah.
We'll borrow each other's boyfriends for
exactly.
the night. So funny.
Okay, the other pop culture thing I wanted to tell you about.
Yes.
So this has been taking over my For You page on TikTok, and I know that you're not as chronically online as I am.
No.
Your screen time is probably less than 11 hours.
Yeah.
But there's this family of 6. They live in a 1-bedroom apartment.
Okay.
And they are pregnant with another.
Okay. It's a lot of kids.
It's a lot of kids.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you might be thinking like, oh my god, don't shame these people. They're just like poor. They're living in a 1-bedroom. What can they do about it? The thing is they've been living in this 1-bedroom for the past 3 years and have decided to keep bringing children into the situation.
Right.
Not only that, but the parents, their names are Steph and Drew.
Okay.
I know.
We don't like that.
I know. They take the 1-bedroom to themselves. And
the kids?
The kids have to sleep in the living room area. And they don't have beds.
What?
They have to sleep on mattress toppers. Like just pads.
What?
Like literally like 2-inch pads.
Wait, how are they not in trouble with like child protective services?
I have no clue. I really don't know.
Do they make money?
So that's the whole thing. So the parents both are self-employed.
Okay.
AKA don't work. The mother is like a wannabe content creator. So she's been pumping out content for years. Is desperate to go viral. On some of her older posts, she's complaining about the lack of views. And she's saying she wants to go viral before her kids get too old to benefit from their social media following. AKA, she wants to monetize her children's youth.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like...
Does she have followers?
I mean, she has them now because people have been like, oh my god, this is absolutely insane.
Like they want to...
Yeah. Yes, that you're pregnant. And another thing. So, it's worth noting that she is white and her husband is black.
Okay.
And she's making these TikToks about how her current child, like the one she's carrying, and their other biological child together, because the other 3 are from previous relationships, are genetically superior because of his like African blood, basically. There are other TikTokers who are definitely like better versed to speak on this that have spoken on it, so I'd highly recommend looking them up.
Okay.
But she is fetishizing him, basically.
Yes,
and it also seems that they have a breeding kink.
Wow.
As in the fact that they choose to have the 1-bedroom to themselves so they can continue making children.
Right.
And the fact that she has made TikTok saying, I need to go viral so our financial situation can flip so we can continue to have more babies because I'm not done.
Okay, but you can't just have kids and just pump them out and expect, like, how are they feeding them? How are they bringing them to school?
So his whole thing is that he doesn't want a W-2 job. And so on a live, when people are like, okay, why don't you do Postmates or Uber? He's like, that's too close to a W-2 job. So she basically says that he like cleans the house and he's helping out. And I suppose that now that they are getting followers and views, now they have a source of income. However, it's just pretty messed up.
Yeah.
And what has really riled the internet up is the fact that he has a full gaming setup with a PS5 in their one bedroom. Whereas the kids are sleeping on mats.
Yeah, no, that's my thing is get them a big fucking bed then. Like have them all cuddle up together. I mean, what's the age ranges?
I think the youngest is like a toddler, like 2 or so, and the oldest is under 10, like probably like 8-ish.
That is insane.
Yeah. And
it's so sad.
No, it's so sad. And she is just like exposing these children in such a harmful way.
Yeah.
And also having them sleep in the kitchen with the oven and the stove and everything. Yeah, dangerous. That is so dangerous.
So dangerous.
And they recently got rid of their dining room table because apparently like having more space as a family is more important than like having a dining room table. And yes, well, I agree with that.
Or upgrade to a 2-bedroom.
That or get jobs.
Yeah.
Get jobs.
Yeah.
And that's my take on that.
Insane.
Oh, finally, she's a pothead.
Oh.
Which like
good.
I support people who smoke weed. I smoke weed. I used to be like quite addicted. I've only recently like stopped. But she is pregnant smoking weed. Yeah. And then has the nerve to talk badly about her husband's like previous baby mother.
Yeah.
For apparently like she says chugging while pregnant.
Oh, but she's basically doing it.
Exactly. And it's nonsensical. It's atrocious. Yeah. And I'm sure people have called CPS on them because they're going so viral.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
But it's really, really sad.
It's insane.
And
I mean, it's disappointing all the way around because now, regardless if the kids get saved or not, they're now having to deal with
being in the foster system.
Yes, yeah.
But yeah, it's just like, why would you do this to your children?
It's crazy.
And why would you continue to have them?
Yeah.
One after another.
Yeah. Well,
on that happy note,
not on my For You page.
Yeah. I'm not planning on having children right now.
Okay.
I'm just trying to date.
Yeah. Well, oh God, I would hope not. I mean, my view on children has changed a lot over time. I think I really wanted to have I wanted 2 kids. My ideal growing up was like I always wanted twin girls. I was kind of like, not that I have twins in my family at all. I was like, I really want twin girls. And then I met my ex. He didn't want kids, and I was like, you know what? You never know, whatever. And then throughout time, because I nannied on and off for a really long time, and I still do because I love the families I work for. And he was like, oh, now I want kids. Like I would want kids with you. And I went from, oh, I do not want to have kids. It like flipped.
Oh.
And I'm in this mentality of like the world fucking sucks. I don't even think my kid would survive till 10 years old. And I've been around kids so much, like my little siblings and like all these other kids, that I'm like, I've done it already. Like I basically have raised children on my own. And like, I think it would take a very specific like experience of motherhood and like raising a child because I love to work and I love to like be independent and to like have my partner and like have that time that like I don't really feel the need or want to like have any kids right now. Not to say that it won't change. I think it takes the right person, but I do find it really interesting that from my last partner that I did not want to have kids. And I was like, maybe that's because I feel like I'm mothering him and I don't want to have to also take care of a child while also mothering him. And it's like such a weird thing that like it then switched for him where he's like, I literally have, when he first started going out, he was like, I turned down women because I knew I didn't want to have kids and they were so gung-ho about having kids.
Jeez, at that age.
I know. I mean, I have so many friends right now and family members that like have children, and I'm like, catch me fucking dead. Like this IUD will be in me for so long. Like I'm like, no.
Yeah. I'm still undecided.
Okay.
Like I love like the family unit itself. Like I
know you're so close with your parents.
Exactly. Like I'm very close with my parents, and like having a family is very important to me. But the idea of like giving up my life for others and constantly having to put someone else first. I mean, I think I'm just at an age right now where that is kind of unfathomable.
Yeah, right.
Like I do that for my cat and I won't do it for anyone else.
Yeah.
But I could see 10 years down the line wanting that. Like,
Yeah.
something crazy is I've been watching Haunting of Hill House.
Okay.
And there's 5 kids in the family. And something about it, like seeing them like as kids versus grown-ups has been like, that would kind of be amazing, like having a bunch of kids and they could all be like, so like lean on each other and have that support going in. Because like I just have the one brother and it's awesome, but like how amazing would it be if I had that times 3?
Interesting.
But I also think that the world was made for families of 4. You know, like everything's in groups of 2s and 4s.
Oh, I never noticed that.
That was something my parents pointed out to me because I used to be like, why didn't you have a 3rd kid?
Yeah.
And they would say, well, like we'd have to get another hotel room, we'd have to like book another, we'd have to get a different house, like, or if you could share your room, you know.
Yeah.
So I don't know, everything seemed to work pretty easily with the family of 4, like going to Disneyland, the roller coasters, you know, 2 and 2.
Yeah, that's actually very true.
Yeah.
That's interesting. It was funny. I was on a FaceTime date the other day, and it was fucking stupid, by the way. The idea and concept, it's fucking stupid, but it works. And he was like, "You give off like only child's energy," and I was like,
I'd be offended.
I mean, I'm not surprised because I feel like I do kind of give off that energy, but that's because I basically was an only child for 12 years. And then my siblings were born and I was basically a mother. I wasn't really a sister. Like I call myself like a cool aunt. I'm not like an older sister, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though you technically are.
Yeah. And I mean, they're technically half, but like I don't even view it like that either.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So besides that date, did you have any other dates this week?
Not dates, but also what we were talking about at the end of the podcast. I went to a guy's birthday party. Jordan was there. Yes. Very intimate, small, good energy. And yeah, had a good time. Ended up going to a couple bars. I was pretty drunk, I'm not gonna lie, by the end of the night. And ran into way too many guys at 4100. That I had previously seen, and one of them did get mad at me the next day, unfortunately.
Did you ever respond to him?
I did, and I said the truth, which was I was drunk and I was walking by, and I think that he just got peeved about another guy being on me.
Yeah.
Not my fucking problem, which is stupid because also me and him have had conversations about like literally recently about the fact that like I am dating. So like when he was a guy that ended up ghosting me because he got a girlfriend, and then that girl, he came back after that girlfriend cheated on him. And this was all within like a month period of time, and I was like, you did that while talking with me. Like you have obviously, while we were hooking up, you were also hooking up with this girl, which I have no problem with. Do you, my man? But I mean, I feel like I communicated, I did what I needed. I just thought it was weird that the wording of it kind of got to me.
Yeah.
Of saying like, don't be weird about it. And I was like, I would have said hi. I just didn't even like register. We were just booking through the place. Yeah, we were trying to get outside. But I mean, hopefully he's good and we're fine, and you know, because I never like to be on like bad terms with people.
Totally.
But yeah, it was a good night.
It was.
Yeah.
I mean, I did get approached by someone, which is always nice when they like do the initiative instead of me having to make the first move, which is like, what is this, like the 25th century? Like
I know, I will say, like, I think we're different in that way. Is typically I make the first move and then you like to be like,
I like to be wooed.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking to this one dude right now who I liked them first, and I on Hinge, and I said to them like, okay, let's do something, you just have to plan it. And he said, what if I want to be wooed?
Yeah, I do.
And I said, but I liked you first. And he said, okay, then you have to do the wooing. So I made a plan, and I said, this, and that, be there.
And sometimes you just gotta do it.
Well, the thing is he's like, oh, I'm busy then. And I'm
then
like,
fuck you.
And then I'm like, okay, the next night. He goes, oh, I'm busy then. And I'm like, okay, when are you free?
Yeah.
This is why I wanted you to make the plan.
Yeah.
And so now we're trying to figure that out.
But you got many other options going on right now.
So last week I was supposed to go on 2 dates. Yeah. I went on 0. They both... One I had to reschedule, the other got sick, and I don't even know about that one. But
I'm skeptical. Even though people are getting sick right now.
I just like, I don't know, everyone's a liar.
Okay. Continue.
But, So based on that, I said, okay, if I had 2 dates and went on 0, how many dates do I need to schedule this week to go on at least 1? So I have the rescheduled guy tomorrow.
Yes.
And then I have another dude on Wednesday, and this guy completely planned the whole thing. He chose the place, time, and day.
Yep.
Which I was like, okay, absolutely, we're doing this.
Yeah.
And then I have another one.
Maybe that's why I don't go on dates that much. It's because I refuse to be the one to plan it for first dates. Yeah. Now, any other time, I will plan. I have no issue with planning. But with first dates, I do not, like, I have not gone on, I mean, since I've been single, 3 dates? Like, because these guys do not ask me out on dates.
Yeah.
So it's good that you're pushing them to do that.
Oh, of course. I'm like, you have to take me on a date first.
Yeah, see, good for you.
And then the one I met the other night at 41, he texted me and took me on a date.
Nice.
So I think we're going to plan that for possibly Thursday before we go out.
Okay.
And then I'm also seeing if I can schedule one for Friday.
Okay.
So yeah, we're going to have a full busy week.
Yay.
And hopefully it's super fun.
I think it's always, the fun part about dating, honestly, is like not even like if you hook up with them, it's more of just like the conversations and getting to know people as like a person. Like, I think I have such a skewed mentality of like what men can potentially be that I'm like, all right, like if I have these conversations and I'm talking to these people, like I can see the different types of people.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
They're not all scumbags.
Yeah.
Majority are, but not all.
But, well, it's good practice.
Yeah. Talking about random guys, this guy that I went to college with, he saw me on LinkedIn, I guess, and then followed me on Instagram. Have not spoken to this man, have not seen this man literally since like 2018. And his account was private. And then after like 2 days, so he followed me on Instagram, liked one of my posts. I requested him. 2 days went by. And I was like, okay, maybe he just won't accept it. Accepts me. He is married. He is fully married.
Oh my god.
Uh-huh.
I recently saw a TikTok that was like, you would not believe how many married men are on Hinge.
Okay, that is insane. Well, my thing is like, it could be nothing, right? Where he's just like, oh my god, haven't seen her forever. We used to be friends. Like, we used to be close. We used to hang out every day. Like, I get it. But like, there's another guy that was like in that same friend group that is also married. That literally is the first person to watch my stories, like likes a bunch of my posts, and I'm just like, it's a weird line, right? Of like, we were friends, we were close, but like we don't speak anymore, and you're married. And you're liking all my posts, I'm sure your wife would not be down.
Oh, absolutely not.
But maybe they would, because then in my head, I'm like, I give the benefit of the doubt, right? Purely maybe because I'm skewed from my last relationship of him being a model. I just had to be okay with him being around beautiful women and liking their pictures and like doing all the things. But there was a line in the relationship where I was like, no more.
Yeah.
Can't do that anymore. Like, I don't give a fuck that like it's a good connection. It's not though, because you're only connecting with them because you want to be friends with them, and there's no need to be friends with them when you have other friends. Like, I don't get it. Yeah. Like, and it's not coming from insecurity, it's purely out of respect towards the relationship. And then lo and behold, he was social media cheating on me at the end. So what do you know? Women's intuition, we always know. Crazy week, because purely I cannot believe that Halloween already like is finally coming to an end, and then on top of that we're dealing with election, like we're living this vortex of a world that I want to get out of.
And daylight saving time happening.
And daylight saving, I'm done. I'm
so done.
No more. Next week I'll feel a lot more refreshed and better, and
I think so too.
Yeah.
And I think next week we want to do like a dating app episode.
Yeah, I think we're gonna do a more specific little moments
where we talk about the things men have said to us on different dating apps and like the dynamics.
I'll show some like funny screenshots too, because I love to take screenshots of what people say to me to try to make me swipe right on them. Yeah, which I never do, but yeah, I think it'll be fun.
I agree, and I'm excited for next week.
And so tune in.
Yeah.
And thank you for listening. We appreciate
a real outro.
Yeah, I know, a real outro this time. But yeah, we're hungry, so we're gonna skedaddle.
But
socials and
Overdressed
on
with 2 E's.
Yes, on TikTok, Overdressed777.
On Instagram.
Instagram.
Subscribe. Follow us on Apple Podcasts. We're working on getting on Spotify.
You know, they just fucking hate us at this point.
Yeah.
Or Spotify. Get us on your team.
Yeah. If you're a podcast network, recruit us.
Yep. But yeah, thanks so much.
Yeah,
we
thank
appreciate you.
Bye.